This dude did not just look at his watch. He's like, all right, timer starts. I'm talking to you down there in the bottom. We ain't holding you up.
The funny thing is, if I'm your bottom, you're my bottom.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
What up, Matt?
What up, Ron?
What's up? No, yeah, so yeah, you're my bottom. I don't know why, but usually you're the top one.
Well, we can't all be on top all the time. I mean, it's the most important. This setup, this screen that I'm looking at is the most important one because, I mean,
it's you.
It's me.
It's all about you.
Is that a song? Oh,
I don't know. We could make one.
All right. Let's get into the ish. Welcome to the Straight Up Ish podcast. At ya? Oh, damn. It's really early. It's your boy, G-Net, and welcome to another installment of the Straight Up Ish podcast. Thank you we made it to 11 episodes, man. We are rolling. So I am joined by these two people who just, they just let themselves into my podcast, just settled down. They even take their shoes off, They just tracked all that dirt in and everything and say, hey, so where are we sitting? This is our podcast now, So I'll leave the floor to them.
What's good, you guys? Your boy Matt, a.k.a. Feedback Frobes, is back. Buckle in for another episode. Let's go to work.
Yo, what's up? What's up? It's your boy Ronnie P. I'm back here too with these guys. Can't wait for another great episode.
So, and like we say, in disclaimer, I'm going to put a main disclaimer. We are not your mom and pop's podcast. We are not Dr. Phil, not Dr. Oprah. We're not Oprah. We're not any of those feel good type of podcasts. If you want that, hey, there's plenty of platforms that offer that, nice little reassurance, little neck rub that you need. But we offer it straight up. We tell it like it is, man. All right? Yeah, we swear. We curse. We grown men. Not no mama's boys. Come on. So, today's is a very special. It's a special. I always say it's a special episode, but this was a special episode. We talk a lot about vulnerability and letting their feelings out and everything. We tell, like I just said, we just tell it straight up. And, sometimes you just have to, whatever's brewing up inside, you got to just let it out, just let it out. Don't hold it in. That's harmful, right? Whatever is going on internally, you got to make sure you let that out. All right. Don't hold it in. That's dangerous. That can harm you. I can end up harming you. So with that being said, these are the tales of the turdy, the stinky, and the poopy. Tales of the turd. All right. Okay, so this is basically. So we talk all the time about so first of all, disclaimer. If you're eating right now, or if you're about to eat or whatever, or you just ate, I would recommend just tuning into a different episode because this could get a little gross. All right. And as the episode goes along, you'll see our ages just gradually degrade to about age 4. Okay. so these are basically stories because we tell them all the time, like, hey, I have to go to, first of all, I'm going to give you time to change your station or whatever. If not, we're gonna go on. So these are basically stories of that we always say, like, hey, I had to go to the bathroom around this time. I had to, I really had to go around this time. I had this incident. And don't worry, we're not gonna tell you tales of accidents. All right. We're not complete savages. All right. We're not going to have, tales of like, oh, yeah, I crapped my pants and it ran down my leg and everything. No, we're not going to do that. Okay. We're going to tell stories that affect us all, that we all relate to, close calls, but we came out smelling like a rose. Okay. So I will start because I had a recent incident, which tends to happen very often. I actually took the time to write it down in the most dramatic way. So, just cuddle up with your loved ones, give a listen. Bring in a hot cup of cocoa. I know you said don't eat anything, but just curl up by the fire and let Papa G tell you a little story. Okay. So I think I was on my way to work, and I got out my car. Felt a little rumbling in my stomach, and this was the type of rumbling. I just came out the car and just felt like, I'm like, oh geez, and I knew a quick little, toot wasn't going to take care of this. This was something that was like 50-50, go either way. Something, kind of light, or something that has a little package that comes with a little bit extra. But anyway, so I got into work. I was like, I can hold on to this for about 8 hours. But no, it got progressively worse. Like as I was doing work and everything, it just got worse, like a volcano's about to erupt, like Mount Vesuvius or something. Like, I better take it. So I did the bathroom. That bathroom might as well be miles away. All right. They only have 2 bathrooms in the whole facility. So I did the fastest shuffle walk I could do, because keep in mind, if I do like a full sprint, something's going to happen. All right. So, and it was good. It was early in the morning before we opened and stuff. So it was early enough that no one else has desecrated this temple of Turd. So I made sure no one else was there. And unfortunately, I couldn't lock the door. I went in the handicap stall. No, I'm not proud of that, but I'm claustrophobic. So I didn't have time to make my usual nest, of papers and little toilet paper and all that stuff. And, so I lifted the seat, didn't want to be tempted to touch the seat, because these cheeks do not touch public porcelain. Okay. That this doesn't happen. So I did like a little bit of a hover squat. I got into my Zen and I just went to a sumo stance and just stayed stationary. And it takes a lot of leg power, right? You want to make sure you don't skip leg day, right? Even though I've skipped leg days for a couple of weeks now, so it was a little bit of more of a challenge this time. So I'm not my usual self that used to squat like 320, every week. So and the toilet has an automatic flusher, so you're like hoping to God it goes down, and it was working. In fact, after every deposit, try to be as not as graphic, but after every deposit, it seemed to say, God damn, and stuff just flushed out. And it was a loud flusher, man. It looked like a flush a damn Buick. So, and I did that after every single little depth charge, I have to call it. So, but when I was done, man, I just felt a sense of accomplishment. I could see why we as little babies, when we're getting potty trained, we just raise our fists up like, I did it! Because you're a hero, okay? You're here. You seen Osmosis Jones? I know you've seen Osmosis Jones. All right, everybody's like saying, evacuation, emergency, all that stuff. I can see those little cells and protozoans or whatever just high-fiving each other. Yeah, we did it, man. It's mission accomplished. Feel good about myself. So as I'm walking out, and my legs are a little wobbly and stuff, from the squatting.
You were doing the stanky leg, huh?
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. I was doing like, you can like
literally the stanky leg.
The stanky leg.
Even though you had the wobbly stanky leg, you know, and this is the appropriate analogies is a stanky leg. You feel great. You feel like a hero because you've expelled that demon from your body. All right. It was like, it just came out. All right. But anyway, so I'm walking out and of course, the cleaning woman is standing right outside waiting for me to do my business. And I'm like, oh man. And this is not some attendant that, you know, you wouldn't even see again, like you're in a mall or something like that. It's not like that. This is somebody you work with. All right. Somebody you have to pass by every day and say, hey, how you doing? Now, even though the toilet has erased the evidence of the desecration I inflicted, the smell still remains. All right. What's that little sprayer thing? Makes a little sound
in the bathrooms.
Yeah. I mean, I was in one bathroom one time, and it did it several times. It was like, like, damn. I was like, whoa, it's really making a point here. But anyway, so this is somebody you work with. You had the time to forge a relationship to the point where you're addressing each other by name. You know each other's children or something. I don't know. And then you have to see the look of just devastation of as her nose cringes up, like, eh. And then it's not, I mean, like the sense of inner malice that you've had brewing inside you, just filling up her nostrils and burning her nose hairs. But anyway, so you're walking back, and of course, you know, your coworkers wondering where you've been, asking questions, interrogating you. Oh, where'd you go? Did you fall in? And now they say, are you okay? Now you're walking around feeling like a damn criminal. Like you just killed somebody and hid the body. It's a natural occurrence. Then you're like, damn, I took a crap. Is that a crime now? I'm like, and you just, you know, you resist the urge to just burst out. Just let it all out. Like, hey, it's a natural thing. We all shit. And then you're the crazy one. But anyway, I digress. So, got that done. And you know what? I don't feel guilty about it. I don't feel guilty about heading into the handicap stall. You know, I had to go. I had to do my thing. What would you rather me do? Just kind of prairie dog that shit? Just keep working, loading boxes and all that stuff? No. That's not my style. I'm not going to harm myself to make y'all feel comfortable.
No, don't do it. Don't do it.
I'm not going to do it.
Don't hide yourself.
I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
Oh, but you know, like, I mean, and you know, it's not like we formed a deep connection, me and the janitor lady. It's a passive one. It's a passerby thing. Like, hey, how you doing? Now what's she gonna think? Oh, hey, shitty boy, how you doing? You know what I had to endure as I'm scrubbing down the toilet? Your little butt hairs all over the seat. It wasn't my butt hairs. I hovered.
You know, we all have a monster inside of us. Sometimes you just have to let it out.
Just let it out, man.
Yeah, you can't help yourself. And you know, shout outs to the cleaning people because they got to go through this every day.
I appreciate that.
They need more money.
But you know, stay tuned because I got some more tidbits. Oh, doggy.
So who you want to go next?
I don't care.
Oh man.
Got the floor.
The last time.
And keep in mind, these are not accidents. All right, these are close calls.
Oh, close calls, right?
Oh man, Ron's about to go in, man. Ron's about to completely destroy us.
Oh no! I ain't gonna destroy no. Like
close calls, as in you made it to a proper facility or woods or something like that.
Oh, to the woods. I mean, I remember one time, like this is many years ago. Like I think I was going home from work, and I couldn't make, like I came out of work and I'm walking towards my car and I'm like, oh, it's happening. And the growls and the bubbling starts hitting. And I'm just like, okay, I can't make it back up. I can't make it back to work because the work is like 4 or 5 blocks away. I'm right by my car. It's pitch black outside. I just went, all right.
Wait, you did it in the parking lot?
Oh, I mean, no, it wasn't even a parking lot. It was like the regular street, just between 2 cars.
Oh, damn.
I think it was just bad. It was that bad.
Savage, baby.
That was. I mean, that's not. I don't know if that's a close call. Close call should have been when I actually made it to a toilet or something.
Well, I consider a close call not going on yourself or anybody else.
Oh, so I made it. I made the list.
Not in the car, not in the the floor and everything like that. Just in a proper facility, like either outside or in the bathroom. That's it.
Oh man, nah, that was the worst one. That was one of the worst ones. Like, I was like, oh shoot, what do I do? I'm looking around. I'm making sure nobody was around. And then I was just like, okay, 2 big cars, I'm going for it. And then I was like, looking, hoping that nobody comes down the street, no cars come down, because I don't want to be that person that people are going to talk about. I was just like, all right, let's go.
Yeah, Ron, you like that dude. You would like that dude from Friday. Smokey's taking a shit.
Yeah. But he did it behind somebody's house and everything. I was like, oh, that's crazy.
You like Pops. Oh
my God.
Oh yeah, Pops. Yo, when you get to that level, you gotta have the air freshener and everything going, like right there ready.
But their bowels, they get weaker as you get older, man. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, man.
And then they want to have then of course fiber is the most important element you could consume. They just want
Matt, what you got?
All right, so I'm probably gonna be going in hard today, but
oh damn.
I'll go a little easy first. So, as you guys know, we used to play paintball pretty frequently, whether it be in a skirmish in Pennsylvania or
I remember that.
I think it was called Hornet's Nest up in upstate New York. Is the other place we used to go to?
Mm-hmm.
Hornet's Nest?
And, I think it was Hornet's Nest, something like that. Yeah. But so this was the one in Skirmish in Pennsylvania, where it was like all 3 of us. I think Kyle was there too. Mm-hmm. So and paintball, you're starting at like 8 o'clock in the morning. So, before we left to go to the bakery to get, our bagels and coffee and sandwiches, I noticed, kind of had like the bubble guts a little bit before we left. And, you kind of go through that, decision-making skills in your head. And you're like, I could either go to the bathroom now or I could just, wait for it to pass and just ignore it. So I did the latter of the two. I waited for it to pass. So, 8 o'clock comes, we're all playing paintball and stuff like that. Kyle's shooting people in their hands point blank. People
shot me.
He shot Rod. He shot Rod.
People are throwing grenades and they're not going off.
Yeah, that's me.
The whistle's blowing. All right, start the game. I'm out. I'm like, you don't have any paint on you. No, I don't care. I'm out. So anyway, we're going through that. Lunchtime comes. It's around noontime. We, take a break for lunch. The bubble guts are getting more intense, and now I'm starting to eat lunch. So I'm making it worse by eating. So I'm like, damn, we're doing paintball in the woods, we're crawling, stuff like this. We're running. So all this stuff is just moving in my body and it's not helping. And I'm kind of a heavy sweater. So it doesn't take much for me to sweat. Just thinking about sweating, I think I start sweating. So I'm sweating, more and more as the day is progressing. Also, we're running around, shooting paintballs at each other. So now we get to the second half of the day. More people slipping on mud, shooting, other people point blank, the same old stuff. So then it's towards probably about the end of the day, about 4:30, when we're wrapping up. It's been a long day. We got welts on us and everything. Everyone's been getting shot up. And my food has had time to digest. The bubble guts have been taking place for about 8 hours straight now. And now I'm at the point where I'm like, damn, I really have to go. And if you guys remember, we only had they had porta potties at the paintball place.
I would never.
Yeah. So once again, had to make that decision. I can either go in the porta potty. One, I could go in the woods, which you risk risk getting bitten by a snake or something. Or 3, I could wait until we make that long drive home. All of those options are not good ones. So I said, all right, let's go with option number 1. So went to the porta potty. Oh my God. First of all, I went in there, there's flies flying all over the place. There are flies crawling on the seat, the little plastic makeshift toilet seat they have. And when you look down, you guys see that blue water.
Yeah, I'm visualizing that shit. Ugh.
No one's eating, right?
No.
All types of excrement floating in that bluish water. I never got I don't get the blue water thing either. I never.
It's supposed to be a what's it called?
Deodorizer like thing.
Not just deodorant. No, deodorant, a disinfectant sort of thing.
Yeah.
It does not work. Anyway,
it doesn't. That's definitely not deodorizer because that shit stinks like hell.
Yeah, always stinks in there.
So I looked down there, and again, certain decisions had to go through in my mind. I looked down and said, man, I really have to go. I mean, I'm like prairie dogging at this point, but it's really hard to sit in a seat that, 20 or 30 other sweaty men have been sitting their ass cheeks on, and shit's just sitting there, and the little flies are just crawling, having a party on the seat and everything. So I said, well, hey, I said, you know what? I can't do it. I cannot do it. I've got to hold it. I just couldn't go because I'm not good. I've been skipping leg day for years, so I'm not really good with the squat, the leg press. So my squat game isn't up to par. So, knowing me, I would have squat and then end up falling in the hole or something like that. So I was like, no, that's not going to happen.
You lean forward.
So, yeah, I could have done that, but just the flies. And then there are flies flying into my head and stuff. No, I can't do it. So I said, okay, I think I could make it if we're just going straight home. And then, I can just detonate this bomb. So, then, we start packing up the car, again, long day of paintball. Everyone's saying, all right, see you later. I'm like, all right, bye. Yeah, take care. All right, good seeing you. All right, let's go, guys. Come on, let's get in the car. Let's get driving. So then, we all decide, hey, why don't we go out for dinner, like Red Lobster? And I'm like.
Now, Matt will not resist going to Red Lobster. We're not saying
no.
Like cheddar biscuits. You got to get those cheddar biscuits.
Those cheddar bays, man. Damn. So, we go to Red Lobster. Now, I was a little younger at the time, so I had a strict rule. No public restrooms, at all. I don't care. I could be dying. No public restrooms. In my older age now, I would have just said the hell with it and just went. But So I'm sitting there, still got the bubble guts, the sweat trickling down my forehead. We're going through the Cheddar Bay biscuits, and I'm tearing those up. We're going through the crab legs and scrimps and popcorn scrimp and fried scrimp and linguine seafood admiral's platter and shit.
Damn.
And I'm just making things worse, by the second. And because you guys remember that Red Lobster was in, I think it was Poughkeepsie. And Poughkeepsie going down to where we were, I think, to Peekskill it's quite a trip. It's not just around the corner. So yeah, we eventually left Red Lobster. I thought I was gonna shit myself, but I didn't. As soon as we got to the house, I ran to the bathroom, and I don't think I could get my pants off fast enough, and I just unloaded on that toilet. I destroyed that toilet bowl so much, it owed me money, man. I just it was like a murder scene in there, unloaded. Oh my God, it was the best feeling. After it, I just felt I don't know, I had just worked out.
Got them 10 pounds off.
Yeah, I felt I was the sweat, my face was just drenched, just that feeling of relief and, some slight excitement, oh, thank God. Because, you've been holding this shit for the whole day. So, yeah, I think that was probably the worst, the worst time for me to have to hold it. But I got a few more stories, but yeah, that's my first one that I'll start off with.
See, I used to have the same rule with no public restrooms and stuff, and I went to extremes because I had we had things to do during the day. So I actually trained at the time my body to go at an early time, around 5 or 6 a.m. in the morning, and I'd be I would, if need be, I'd force the little nugget just to pop out something, just to make sure that those rectal tunnels are clear, because I know if I have something already residing there, and I eat something, it's gonna pile up, and then I'm gonna be in a situation where I cannot reach a facility and then have to go. I was working. I think at physical. So okay, so we might as well get into that story. I was working physical therapy. Right? Everybody knows I work in a physical therapy office, and my presence in that office is highly relied on. I work with the head therapist, all right? So I have to be, and she depended on me to make sure, because I knew the way she wanted things done, all right? The other aides, they could help, but she didn't really have as much reliance on them as she did me. So excuse me. So I had to, do all the little things, all the little setups and stuff. And, I looked down the list, and, sometimes I would get the little so I would, if there was another aide or whatever, I would tell them, hey, I got to go out to an important meeting in the downstairs HR bathroom, baby. The bathroom of the gods.
Yeah, you gotta
everything,
find one of those.
Untouched. Maybe. I mean, there's maybe one HR person, male HR person. So that was basically his bathroom. All right. So one day, and I'll share 2 incidents with you. One day, this patient, this Asian patient, she was Filipino. She was nice enough to bring these Korean pears. All right. Hey, have you ever had Bosch pears, with the dry skin and everything, but it's fruity inside and stuff? You ever had those?
Mm-hmm. I never had that.
Well, yeah. If you have a chance, they're really good. They're really sweet. So
high in fiber, yeah.
Yeah. So these Korean pears, they're probably worth 3 Bosch pears each. Okay, they're really big. They're about the size of a softball, and they come in a nice little foam wrapping and everything. She gave me one, and I tried it. And oh my God, it was so fruity. It was so sweet. It was like eating an alcoholic beverage. It was so good. One time I think I even had 2. So maybe not. But like, so if Bosch pears have a high fiber content, you best believe a fruit with 3 times the substance, and I had 2. Think how much fiber is coursing through my body right now. So I'm up there, I'm wrapping heat around person's knee. I'm like, something's going on down there. Oh, little jab, like a little, you a little shiv. And then I feel another one. I feel 2, 3. All of a sudden, my stomach's like, I feel like somebody took my stomach and just grabbed it and just turned it. And I was like, oh. And then all of a sudden, I felt like this stuff just happening. Like something's happening down there. Something's churning like a front face laundry machine. So I'm like, oh boy, something's gonna happen, because I could feel something downstairs kind of. So, and it was happening fast. Like, this is not some gradual thing. It was happening fast. Okay, accelerated. So, oh man, I'm like searching for my friend. This is before my fellow aide came in, because it's early in the morning. They usually come around the afternoon time. This is like maybe 11:30, so they're due in like maybe an hour from there. And I'm just like, and then here comes a new patient. So new patients, it was like a process. I had to introduce myself, tell them a little bit about what's going to happen, and then say, and find the therapist, say, okay, this person's in the room, such and such. Meanwhile, I have no relief. And I'm like, hey, John's in room 3. So finally, the other, like maybe a half hour, 40 minutes, I don't know, it seemed like an eternity to me. But finally, the next aide comes in, and he barely gets his other foot in the door. I'm like, important meeting! I throw him out the way, and I'm just like, do you remember Lloyd from, I think his name was Lloyd from Dumb and Dumber? And what did they put that laxative in his drink? So that was basically me. I just ran down the stairs like, thank God only one floor down. And then I basically kicked the door down in that bathroom. I said, I don't care who's in here. And then I didn't bother. I didn't care which stall, handicap, whatever. I just closed the door, and I had just enough time to buckle my belt, make the nest. Like I'm basically doing everything one-handed. One hand is unbuckling the belt. The other hand is grabbing tissue, making a nest. And then, you know the rest. It just, wow. It was like, think Niagara Falls. That intensity. Just like this, the splashback was just intense there. It felt like a deluge. Anyway, so the second story, the second incident, same place at work. All this stuff seems to happen. And mind you, that pear incident happened to me 2 or 3 times. I don't learn very well, but those pears are so good. But anyway, so we're having our Christmas party, and it's like they cater it, have it catered and stuff. And they had salad, bread, some chicken, Marcel, I pronounced that right?
Marsala?
Yeah. And they had a platter of penne alla vodka.
Oh, my favorite.
Yeah, it was good. Real good. I was I went up for seconds, I had all that stuff, and we got through our little thing. We had a little Secret Santa and everything, which is nice, and everybody's feeling good and stuff. I had to be some little cake and everything, and so we're wrapping up and stuff, and I'm putting my stuff together, and then I feel like I feel a little monster brewing up in there. I'm like, oh no, don't tell me. And
it's that time.
Yeah, because I remember I have like a it's a complicated lactose issue. It's not really an intolerance. It's a lactose issue. So basically, I could have yogurts and ice creams at certain times and certain portions. With this pan of vodka, I had like 2 half platefuls. So basically a plate, a platter. Yeah. I told my fellow workers I had to go to an important meeting. And this stuff came out hot, like a volcano.
Ooh.
That was like charbroiled, man. That felt like I was shooting fire out my ass. I was like,
Well, yeah, because you basically had like the nine-tail spirit trying to get out of you.
pretty much. Karama was out to play that day. He came out, yeah.
Oh man.
He came out to play, and that, I mean, it smelled of toxic waste. It was so bad. It was so bad. So from there, I told my boss, look, next Christmas, can we have some other options? And people were kind of mad. You know, they were like, well, why do we gotta change our Pale vodka platter for this dude? Just because he can't take it. No, they were cool. So we just changed it to spaghetti and meat sauce or meatballs or whatever. No vodka sauce, no any of that stuff. All right. And, you know, it's fine from there, you know. But I mean, it's so sad, though. The things I like to eat, I can't even partake of it because my body doesn't like it. You know?
That's the worst.
Not fair. It really isn't.
Got ideas for the show? Got questions for us? Or maybe you want to tell us we suck? Hit us up at straightupishtalk@gmail.com.
So what is like your process for, I guess this is for both you guys. If you know that nine-tail spirit, you feel it creeping out, but say you're going to like a public restroom. So what is like your process for like, do you like do like a quick wipe down of the toilet seat first and then like strategically like put down little pieces of like toilet paper on like the porcelain? Or do you like, I know you said you hover, so it's like, what is your process for like if you have to go in a public place?
See, it depends how clean it looks. Now, if it looks clean, I will take the time to grab some paper towels. I'll walk over to the sink and, you know, I try to do it quick in case someone comes in and sees me like, you know, doing this strange ritual. But anyway, I go in a little hand soap thing, bang that thing a few times, get a little sudsy thing, and get a nice lather. I go into the stall that I am about to reside in, and I do a little prep work. You know, I do a little quick wipe down of, you know, whatever things the janitor may have missed, or someone may have came in and, you know, left no visual evidence, but I know some stuff is hanging there. So I wipe it down a little bit. Then I take a little dry towel in addition to that and dry it off. And then I apply my double layered nest. I don't go crazy, but, you know, I put the little long strand of tissue paper there, long strand of tissue paper here, long strand of tissue paper there, in the middle, in the front, and then I double up on that. And then I proceeded to sit down. Yeah. And I like that ritual. Now that is if, as a big if it's not an emergency where it's like practically, you know, poking out the hole right there, right? But I don't wait that long, all right? But if it's an emergency like that, then I have to forego the lathering and stuff. I just have to go for a triple, sometimes quadruple layer of nesting. Yeah. And I always flush first. Before anything, I flush first because there could be some remnants of the previous user. You know? You can never be too careful.
What about you, Ron?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, G. You weren't done?
No, I'm gonna save this story because Ron's involved too.
I'm involved in this next story? Oh my God.
Sort of, indirectly. Sort of.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm the same with G. Like if I can go in, if the bathroom, if it's public, I do the same thing. I'll get a paper towel, some soap, wash it down, wash the toilet down, and then I'm going to work because I'm too old to be playing around with these toilets nowadays. Like, I ain't got no all this.
Yeah, it's definitely a young man's game.
Yeah, young man go to work. You know, they don't care, but I go wipe it down, make sure I'm good. And the best thing is now that everywhere is like with hand sanitizer, I'm like, yes, this is perfect. So if I don't have I'll have my hand sanitizer. I always carry at least one with me every day. So if I gotta go and I can't, run out because there's people all around, then I'll put the hand sanitizer, wipe it down with some toilet tissue. So that's it's sterilized, and then I'll do my business then. So, either or. Either or. I always have a plan now. Now I'm thinking.
I mean, you have to really go with a plan because you have to do some sort of calculation in your head in terms of, I may have about 30 seconds until this shit is going to come out. Or, sometimes you have 45 seconds. On a good day, up to a minute, but that's pushing it. So you make that deduction in your head and realize, I have this amount of time before, I'm about to let loose. I think I can make it in terms of, cleaning and sanitizing the seat first. But in emergency cases, yeah, you tend to skip a few steps and only you only go to the most important ones. For me, yeah, if I have more time, yeah, I'll apply some soap and water to it if possible. But if time is of the essence, I'll put maybe one layer on the sides, but in the back I put probably about like 5 small little layers, and then the front 5 little small layers, and then I just go to town.
Timing is important.
Now the layers,
like I said, timing is of the essence. Now, if you're in a case where, like, for me, everyone knows I like to drive. So I was driving from North Carolina one time. I was on 95, and there's this rest stop in Maryland called Maryland House.
Oh God!
And my guts were bubbling. And there's like I didn't go to
there.
Uh-oh. Feedback.
Wait. Feedback room.
Feedback.
Sorry. Did it freeze?
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, the feedback. So I went to, again, Maryland House. They had the 20 stalls lined up. So I said, all right, the chances are you got 20. One or two have to be clean. I mean, dear God, please. But then again, you think about how many people are traveling on 95 per day.
Ugh, truck drivers, especially.
So I literally went from stall to stall. One stall had shit on the seat. I mean, flies. It was just horrible.
Damn.
So I had to go to the cleanest stall, and sadly to say, I didn't have time to put toilet paper down.
That's okay. You get that. That's a great excuse on why, like, going 20 stalls and every stall has something in there. Like,
I found
you got the best
one
excuse
that
in the
was
world.
pretty clean. One that was pretty. So I just put one butt cheek down and kind of did a half hover. But driving from North Carolina to New York, you just can't hold it for that long of a drive. And then you hit traffic. It just.
Oh yeah, it's over then.
No, yeah. It was a wrap.
You don't want to be driving all that way with a raw booty.
Nah, not at all.
Like, how I feel
feeling, man. Like it's like you, even if you've done the deed, right? It's like you got this big swamp ass and everything that you got to ride around with, everything. And for those of you who don't know the term swamp ass, that's been basically all that sweating from the effort and everything is still present and dripping down the crack of your ass. So
that's why you can't hold
around
it.
with that. And then down your drawers and everything. And it's like, it's so uncomfortable. You just feel
exactly.
Ugh.
So I got a question. Best restroom rest stop. For all of us have been on the road, so we all can say, like, all right, I know where I'm stopping.
Oh, I got one. So It's actually on Interstate 81 South, Virginia Welcome Center. This rest area is immaculate. They really like pump money into. I mean, you can see they put money into it. Like it's a brand, and like G has been there before. It literally, it's always sparkling. The toilets when you go there, I don't know if they're made of gold or whatever, but always sparkling. They always have a custodian on deck. I literally one time stopped the guy and said, "Man, like you're doing a great job." Not to sound like an asshole, but I was like really genuine. And I legit like gave him like a $20 bill, like because like the bathroom was like that clean.
Nice.
Like I've never seen bathrooms on like a highway like that. So like I don't care like where I'm going, I always have to stop there, even if I don't have to go. I just have to stop there. I just have to do it. But yeah, Interstate I-81 South Virginia Welcome Center, the best.
Bro, real talk. Like, if I'm gonna give the janitor a $20 bill, I make sure I get his number and I'll call him like, look, I'm making my way down here. I want that shit clean.
every time you hit the road,
every time I want him to reserve. I want my own stall reserved, sparkling, Lysoled up. All right. Reserved for me when upon my arrival, I don't want to have to do anything. I want the nest set up and everything for me to place. If I'm going to give you a $20 bill, all right, those are the terms. Okay,
he really did a good job because you know when you go there and unfortunately you're trying to figure out what stall to go to. You look, you see the pants at the ankles. You know, and you
God.
Look.
Every time I want to just take it. Now this is like when I'm going number one. Every time at work, someone's got to be in there doing their little business. I'm like, come on, man. Like, they see the pants around the ankles and everything. Is it
yeah.
Like,
that's what I was just about to say.
Like,
you hear those
damn,
grunting noise.
What did you eat? Like, it's like he's having a hard time there, you know? But, I mean, I know the struggle. But, see, that's why I try to go. If I'm using the public restroom, I try to go when no one else is around, but I guess, you know, that can't be helped because the later in the day it is, the more likely you're going to, you know, anyway.
All right, G, do you got a favorite?
I don't have a favorite rest stop. I don't travel as much as Matt does, but actually, surprisingly, I forgot what airport. It may have been JFK or whatever. The bathrooms, first of all, there's no door you have to touch in order to go in and out.
That's interesting.
You just go through. It may have been one of those, because it may have been one of those layover airports I went to, but all you do is just walk around this little corner and everything. You don't touch any door. But the bathrooms, I don't know. It may have been a time of day also. But the bathrooms were clean. The sinks there were no like towels and tissues all over the place. There was no smelly stinks. There was it smelled kind of lavendery, and I didn't take the time to look at all the stalls, but I just looked at the overall condition of the bathroom, and it just looked immaculate. You know, the floors were more nice and marbled up. I forgot what airport it was. It may have been like one of those southern airports or something, but yeah, it was nice. You know, I mean, if I had to, like, I almost wish I had the shit so I could like take part in that like whole heavenly experience and just think, contemplate life and stuff.
I mean, you don't you don't have those type
Ron,
of
you kind of look like you're on a toilet right now.
I know the way I'm at, right? I'm like, oh my god.
I'm like, way to method this. I want the.
I'm just standing like this.
Bro, like, I don't normally just get on top. Like, I don't normally stay on the toilet that long. Like, I know people like to read, scroll, and everything, make Instagram posts, but that's really bad for you. You shouldn't stay on the toilet for more than like 8 minutes and stuff. If you're in there, you're just like reading War and Peace and everything, or doing your taxes and all that stuff. I mean, it's That's not good for your
Okay.
No, man, you get hemorrhoids. I mean, your legs go numb.
Wait. Hold that thought. Hold that. We got to come back to that because that is perfect. That's a perfect discussion. So let me just say,
what's your favorite?
I'm not against the Maryland house. That's actually one of my favorites now.
Yeah.
Only because I've been on the road for like back and forth from New York to like DC for like almost a whole year. That's been one of my rest stops. So when I go in there, I'm like,
Maryland house movie.
Yeah, you got some sketchy toilets though, but for the most part.
Quick story, and I'm gonna I'm gonna roast my girl for a little bit. She said that she stopped there, right, Maryland house, because I was telling her, hey, she knows about that place too, and you know how they have two sides, right?
Yeah.
So she came in and she went to the bathroom and did her thing. And she came back out and said, all of a sudden her car was gone. And then she was like panicking, calling her mom and stuff like that and saying, like, oh my God, someone stole my car. Because, they do got sketchy looking people there. But she was going all frantic and everything, about to call the cops and all that stuff. And I think her mom said, okay, did you search both sides of the complex? Because both of them look similar. So she went to the other side, and there's her car. And she's like, oh. And I'm like,
stupid!
Wow.
I was like,
wow.
Doo-doo-doo.
I mean, she must have been that far off not to realize that there's like two sides.
She must have, I don't know, probably went inside and just like spun around a few times, and I don't know. I was laughing my ass off.
That's a funny one. So now we're talking about it. Best thoughts on the toilet. Like you said that people are on it. You sit there, you thinking. What's your best thoughts on the toilet?
Best thoughts on the toilet?
Best thoughts on the toilet. Oh, what do you do?
Bro, I do a quick scroll of Facebook, Instagram, and then when I'm like feeling that it's time to get up, it's time to get up, man. I don't like spending my time unless it's one of those situations where, my stuff, because I've had those situations, okay, I'm getting into this, all right? So I've had lactose attacks, all right? When I've had like too much ice cream or whatever, or too much beef in the oil from beef or something has attacked my stomach. So I would wake up at 3 a.m. It's always 3 a.m. for some reason. My body's in a tizzy. My stomach is like got razor blades all jabbing inside of it and everything. So I go on there. That's the only time I'm spending like more than 5 minutes, because your stomach's on like emergency evac mode. All right. The door is like the bay door is open. All right. There's no stopping what's coming. Like whatever comes out, comes out. It needs to evacuate. It needs to detoxify. All right. So when you think you may be done, you get back up. Oh, I guess I'm not done. Then when you think you may be done, oh no, she's still too early. So even during that panic state, all I'm thinking about is like, what the hell? Along with what the hell did I eat? I'm thinking about, am I gonna die today? I'm contemplating my life and stuff, and I'm like, have I done anything to deserve this, or have I done enough good in the world and everything? Because I'm like in a full body sweat. All right, you ever had a full body sweat? Like not the sweat, like as if sweat, like I felt like I just played the fourth quarter. Okay, I have a damn shack attack sweat. All right, so I'm just thinking, like, as I'm like sweating my ass off and my whole soul being evacuated from my body, I'm just thinking, is this it? Have I had a chance to say goodbye to my family? have I had a chance to make amends with my enemies, my friends, or whatever? Have I accomplished all there is to accomplish in life? That's what's going through my mind, because I'm having sort of a fever dream and everything as I'm like having all this stuff happening to me. It's like a full body meltdown. Okay, so I'm just like thinking all this stuff, and then once the horrible experience is like done and over with, I'm feel like half a person. I'm like feeling beaten down. I just like walk and stagger into my bed, hoping to God I don't have to go back to that toilet and relive this experience. But yeah, that's the closest I've come to contemplating anything. Other than that, a regular day, I'm looking to just get in and do my business and get out. All right, I'm not those that like to have a permanent stay. Like I'm at the Days Inn, just sitting there on the toilet and everything, because that's not, to tell the truth, that is not my favorite place to be. Okay, so there are much different places I'd rather be than sitting on that thing just pooping out. Right? So.
What you got, Matt?
Well, for me, I'm not gonna lie. I usually like. It feels weird now, like going to the bathroom and not bringing my phone with me. So I'll like get through all my text messages. People I couldn't text throughout the day. I know, like, okay, I'm on like the toilet for this amount of time, and I've got nowhere else to go. So it's a perfect time to get like text people back and stuff like that. I legit have like brought my laptop in. I've done work on my laptop like while I'm on the toilet. But so it depends what I've been eating. So if I love like macaroni and cheese. But I make my macaroni and cheese pretty cheesy. So it might bind you up a little bit. So there have been times like Garnett said, I wasn't thinking of like death, but I thought that Lord Jesus, if you please just get me through this one, like I will like never sin again, like I will.
Oh, hold on. He froze again.
Feedback froze.
Hold up. Feedback froze. Hold on. Hold that thought, feedback.
You got me?
Yeah. You're back.
Run it back.
And we're back.
Feedback froze. At it again.
I've been on just the toilet just thinking, Lord, if you please just get me through this one, I will never have macaroni and cheese again. I will never sin again. Please just get me through this.
Jesus be like,
cat. And so far so good. I've gotten through all of them. Pretty much unscathed. And yeah, that's usually what I'm doing on the toilet.
That's what's up.
Oh Lord Jesus, I'll never have macaroni and cheese again. Yeah.
It does bring to one story though. So we were talking about relationships in a previous episode, right?
Yeah.
So I was on this first date with this one girl, and it just happened to be, she's like, oh, come over to my house, I'll cook you dinner. Now, you don't always know the hygiene and the cooking skills of, a person you just met. So you're taking a big risk. So she cooked like some chicken and mashed potatoes and, corn and stuff like that. It was pretty good. The chicken had a some slight spice to it. So I said, oh, this chicken's kind of spicy. What did you season it with? She said it was a secret. So to this day, I still don't know what it was seasoned with. But I noticed some sweat beads start trickling down my temples, down my forehead. I'm like, oh, man, this is not good. So like I said, I'm a big sweater. And I said, hey, where's your bathroom? And, she was in a small little one-bedroom apartment. So the bathroom was pretty close to, like, the living room and the kitchen. So went to the bathroom, and, I can take quick shits if I need to. Like, okay, sit down. I didn't hover because I figured, the bathroom looked clean and, it wasn't like a public restroom. So I didn't do my usual, ritual and stuff like that. So I went down, did my business. the turd log was a little bigger than I anticipated. So flush the toilet. They get okay. I'm just gonna get back to get back to my date, and I see the water starting to raise up in the toilet bowl, and and it's not going back down. And if any of you guys has ever seen water raise up in the toilet bowl, and you see it's about to get close to that top little lid of the toilet, it doesn't always overflow. Usually it'll just stay right there, and you're okay, cool. Then you just get a plunger, and I'll be good to go. This girl had no plunger anywhere in her bathroom, and again, this is a first date. So at that time, I wasn't even thinking about, oh man, what questions am I gonna ask? How's the vibe? I was just thinking oh shit, this toilet's about to overflow. This will probably be the last time I'm here. So again, I'm sweating. I've only got my shirt on. I'm kind of just standing there with my pants at my ankles, and the water overflows on the toilet, over the toilet. Starts spilling, and when a toilet overflows, I mean, what can you do? I mean, you could go in the back and turn the little knob, turn the water off, but I wasn't thinking that at the time, so I just literally just stood there and stared at it and just watched the shit water just overflow in the toilet.
Oh shoot! Oh man!
And then in my head, crazy. I was like, well, you can't really hide this, so I kind of opened the door, poked my head out to the girl, and said, yeah, we have a problem.
A big one?
And she said, oh, okay, what's wrong? Keep in mind, this is not date number 3 or 4. This is the first date. And in my head, I'm oh yeah, whenever you're going on a first date and the chick invites you to her house, you're going to smash. The smash is guaranteed when you go to her place of the first date. Long story short, I didn't smash that night.
You ready to smash the toilet?
You did a whole walk of shame.
This is Hulk smashed the toilet. Damn.
Yo, Feedback Frobes is so messed up.
I just assisted her in cleaning up the shit water, and
nice bonding time.
Yeah, talk about awkward. I didn't really know where to go from there. So I just kind of said, hey, any siblings? I mean, there was nothing else to really where's your family from?
Yeah, what do you ask about her siblings for? She's cleaning up your turds and everything.
Clean up this shit.
You're her dog or baby. You have to ask about her siblings and shit.
That's funny.
But then it really was it was a funny icebreaker, because then she was you know what, Matt? To be honest, I clog this toilet all the time. And I was really? And actually, we went on another date after that. So it actually worked out pretty okay. But at the time, I was
on a dookie.
This is not good.
I mean, that's a real big that's a real opener on a first date.
I don't recommend it, but you know what? When a toilet's overflowing, you feel helpless.
I mean, want to share my bowels with you.
When a toilet's overflowing, there's nothing you can do. Especially you have no plunger next to the toilet.
Right.
Come on, how do you not? Who doesn't have a plunger next to the toilet? Okay.
I mean, you live and you learn. I for certain people, they never have these type of problems and they never go through it. So, but once you learn, you live through it, then you start getting all types of stuff. But G, what was you about to say?
Oh, I mean, mine wasn't as spectacular as Matt's story, but I do have a case where I went to this girl I just met at a Comic-Con and stuff, and I think she called me over for to help with the photo shoot and everything. And she lived in another state, so she offered yeah, you could spend the night and everything like that. I'm okay, cool. And she had a nice house, like all very clean and stuff. Now, at the time, knowing me and my body, I have a shit schedule. Okay, so I take this, my shit's already done for the day before, but I know for a fact in the morning I have to take a shit. And this is about the time I'm just like very insecure about, shitting in front of girls, especially girls I just met. So I wake up and I was like, you know what? Okay, I'm going to wake up early enough so I can go to the bathroom before she even knows it. I'll be in and out. And of course I don't do it. I kind of oversleep and she's already in the bathroom doing makeup and all that stuff. I'm like, damn. So knowing that, and I'm like thinking in my head, like, all right, should I just like kind of postpone this evacuation until later in the day? Or is it such a tribulation that I have to address it now? And it was one of those that was kind of like, one of those things that something's hanging at the bottom of your stomach and everything. You just got to expel that and stuff. And you're thinking like, oh, I'll just let out a little toot. But that, again, 50-50, it can go either way.
Yeah.
A fart can easily turn and upgrade to a shark. So, so I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna go down to the downstairs bathroom while she's up there doing her makeup. I'm gonna use the downstairs guest bathroom, and no one will be the wiser. And I'm going in there, and of course it's like, it's got to be the most sound. I don't know. Everything was echoing in there. All right. For some reason, it just absorbed sound. All right. So I'm like, it's almost like a long tunnel or a hallway or something like that. But anyway, it was a nice sized guest bathroom, and I go in, do my thing. I'm looking around like, where's the bathroom spray? And as I'm going, I'm like thinking, who the hell doesn't have bathroom spray in here? Because there's no vents, there's no one of those things in the corner.
No ventilation.
No ventilation. It's basically a closet. So
wow.
I'm just like doing my thing, and I kind of hear her just going around and stuff. And then I try to take the quietest, most petite mouse-like turds in the world, because you can control the speed of the dropping and the fart noises and stuff. You can control that if you're really skilled. I miscalculated one toot, and it was pretty loud. And knowing that, with that knowledge and the fact that this concert hall of a bathroom, just the acoustics just carry that noise everywhere, it ended up sounding like a tuba. So it was like, what was normally like a, it turned out to a, and I'm like, okay. And then the turd evacuation got, it starts off slow and everything, quiet, but then it gets, intensity goes up, and it's like, and that sound carried. It was almost like a garbage truck just dumping garbage, like. So I'm just like, damn, I better flush this shit. So I flush it, do my thing, and I come out feeling refreshed. And of course, and this bathroom is right by their kitchen. And I'm like, why would you put this right by their kitchen? Anyway, so I'm coming out there, and I walk out, and she's standing there. The mom's standing there in the robe. And I'm just like, okay, great first impression. The bathroom smells like hell. So I got to air out that shit. And I'm just like, all the sounds, the symphony of shit that I gave to them while they're having their morning coffee. I'm just like thinking in my thoughts. I'm like, well, I'm damn sure not getting invited back here again. Yeah, I'm just like, that's all I think about. But yeah, I always had this insecurity about shitting in front of girls. I mean, now I could care less, but like, back in college, I'll let you in this little story, which will expand into another story. So, like, I don't know if you ever had these instances where I'm in this dorm hall, and then you had girls coming up and down and stuff like that all the time. So this is the middle of the day, and I'm thinking, hey, no girls gonna come up here, you know. It's like there's no one up here, you know. So I go in, I'm doing my thing, and then I hear people coming up the stairs, and I hear the sound of girls giggling. And do you remember that part in American Pie where what's the name goes in the girls' bathroom? Because basically the girls, when they come up to our hall, they use our bathroom. They'll do makeup and all that stuff. And then, of course, he's like, "Oh, I gotta, oh, hold on, I gotta use the bathroom or something." And then she comes in, and I just see these pair of feet with painted toenails and flip flops come down in the next stall, and apparently we're playing battle shits. So I'm doing my little, little noises, and she's doing her little things, her little toot. If men do toots, what do girls do? Tweets.
Tweets.
But yeah, I'm hearing stuff drop down and stuff like that. And hey, it's cool. But at the time, I'm thinking like the last thing you picture in your head is girls, doing their thing. They do it, but it's not. It's the last thing that's in your mind, and you're all like insecure about yourself and everything. Saying, "Oh, I can't shit in front of these girls. What will they think? They won't think they'll think I'm some sort of nasty motherfucker." So this girl coming in like doing her thing, and it's all a bunch of weird noises I never heard before. But anyway, so I just wait for her to come out, and then I'm just like thinking, as I'm smelling her unique scent, it's almost like I don't know. It's as if a turd has gone through a portal and been sprayed down in Bath and Body Works and stuff, and then been shipped out. A perfume shit. That's what it smelled like. Mm. And I'm just thinking to myself, this changes my whole perspective. Because back in the day, like in fact, there's this trip I took to Tampa. I remember taking this trip to Tampa. We would go down to Tampa. We were in Jacksonville. And it's a 4 or 5 hour drive, I think. Yeah. And we went to my frat brother's house. He had a really nice house, like MTV Cribs style house. And for some reason, and you know what? They invited guys as well as girls and stuff. And for some reason, I was apprehensive of desecrating their bathroom. So think about it. I'm drinking all this beer, eating all this food, and I'm holding in this shit for 2 days.
Damn.
2 days. Oh my God. Needless to say, when I came back home, I just unloaded. But I held this thing for 2 days. Why? Because I was apprehensive. I was afraid of what they would think of me dropping my loads in their toilet. Mm-hmm.
You mess up your insides that way. You might need a doctor.
Yeah. You mess yourself up because of your insecurity and anxiety of how people perceive you. Just because you took a shit.
They said, "Gee, see a doctor."
Yeah, see that? Yeah. And keep in mind,
oh gosh,
his mom was cute too. And I was thinking to myself, damn, what would she think of me? She was cute and flirty. What would she think of me if I just went in the bathroom? Her bathroom, because it's the woman's house, all right? Her bathroom that she has, she works hard to have clean and immaculate. And I go in there and just destroy it. To take all that work she's done and just toss it out the window. What would she think of me? Would she be as nice? I don't know. Maybe.
Man, you had the wallpaper peeling off the walls.
I know, man, look, beer shits are let me tell you something. Beer shits are different than regular ones. All right, these like stuff that's been brewing from the night before after you have several beers. That's serious because, or any type of alcohol really. And I know you've all experienced it. You get trashed and stuff like that, and then the next day you get the little bubble guts. I remember having to this one party, and they had like these cans of Beast Ice, so Milwaukee's Best, cheapest beer out there, and it was the ice version. So whenever they have the ice version, it's a lot stronger. I guess the hops and barley or concentration's a lot higher. But anyway, I drank maybe 7 of those cans because I'm looking to get trashed. I'm looking to have a good time and everything. So, and man, did I have a good time? And then the next morning, I'm like, ugh, I feel terrible. So I go in the bathroom and everything, and I do my thing. And how can I put this? The color, the hue of the evacuation was sort of bluish. Had a bluish tint to it. That's exactly what I said. What the hell?
Yeah, you really did have to see a doctor. Damn.
But it was not the same weekend. It was a different weekend. But the fact that was it due? Is it something? Because the Beast Ice has a blue label, and I was trying to think like, does this have something to do with the fact that their label is blue? Is there a clue? Like, I thought way too much into it. But anyway, I got that.
You got radioactive shits coming out?
Pretty much. It looked like something from space. Something that just got shaved off an asteroid. Something that needs to be studied by scientists. Well, anyway. That's my story. Oh.
Jeez. I know for me, I had one. This wasn't like a...
Hold on. He froze again. Damn, feedback froze, man. He's really feedbacking these today. Hold on, feedback probes. Wait for you to come back.
He's somewhere. He's right. There he is.
Is he back? I don't see him.
Go ahead, Frobes.
Let's go again.
I mean, okay. I mean, I've had an experience like that.
Yeah, go ahead, Ron. Yeah.
Until Froze come back.
Yeah.
Like I remember I was on vacation and I was in Miami, and there was this like one of those Fat Tuesdays. And the Fat Tuesdays, they got all those different drinks like the Superman and Call Me a Cab and all those like sweet drinks or whatever. So I think it was like $20 to buy the cup. And then if you buy the biggest cup, and if you keep coming, as long as you're down there, you have that cup, you can come in there and get a free refill. I think it's a free refill or a half off or something like that. And that's all I did. Kept going back, refill. I'm on vacation. I'm living my life. And then it's time for the morning. Shit. It's time for the morning guts. And when I tell you, I've never seen green and blue-ish. It really was green and blue because those are the colors that was in the drinks and they were coming out. And
you
everything was
shout out Lucky Charms.
Yeah. I mean, it was no gold, but
you found the pot of gold, man. You dropped it off there. God damn.
I definitely know what you mean by like the blue and the green and what is that?
That's what I mean.
Right there?
It's got to be like some food coloring thing that just kind of, I don't know, seeps into the inner linings of the turd.
Mm-hmm. Depends on what you got, I believe.
That makes me think of that part in the Chappelle show when he says he's been like drinking diamonds or eating diamonds, so he has like bedazzled dookies.
Right.
That's baller.
All right, Fro, you back. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, sorry about that. The feedback. No, this wasn't like a a donkey story. This is like G said, being at work is like, I don't know, having to shit that could really like destroy your 8-hour shift. It could really change the trajectory of your workday. And I had for some reason I had like 3 fiber bars in the morning at work. And each one gives you like 35% of your daily like amount of fiber that you should have. So I had like 3 of them. So I'm like over 100% of like fiber at this point. And
1,000.
like the farts that I had coming out, because I was in like an office setting, like kind of like a research office, and there was one point I looked around, and I was the only one in there for a good like hour, and I was just like unleashing like ungodly farts that whole hour. So my research coordinator comes back in, and she's like, "Oh, hey, Matt," and she's like, "Oh my God, what?" So I'm on my computer. I'm just like, Matt, do you smell that? I'm like, no, I don't smell anything. And she's like, oh my God, it smells like sewage.
Yo, that's so bad. That is so bad.
And I'm trying so hard not to laugh. And then like my other coworkers came in. She like got people to come in and smell it. I'm like, come on, lady.
Damn.
So, my other coworkers like, oh my God, like maybe like a gas line like broke or something.
Oh damn.
So then they called maintenance for the building.
Stop.
So like, no, I kid you not, I'm telling you. They called maintenance to like check, like they had to dig up and like check the gas line.
God.
That's crazy.
That's OD.
Yeah, it was like all this from just like me farting. But yeah, those fiber bars. She literally came down and like, oh my God, it smells like sewage. And they called like maintenance, like to check the gas lines. And then like I'm getting ready to leave for the day, and I was like, yeah, remember earlier when it was like smelling? She's like, yeah, like I don't know what happened. Oh yeah, I had a few fiber bars, so I was like kind of farting. She's like, that came out of you? She was like, oh my God, I thought like it was like a sewage leak or something.
Dang. She really is going in on
But like besides that, like yeah, I've been in rooms with like patients, where you're getting a medical history, and like I already could feel the guts bubbling, and like I'm starting to sweat, and the patient's just going through their whole life story, and I'm like, come on, I just need to know your medications, and their medication list is like 50 meds long, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, like come on. So there have been times where I'm like, I'm sorry, I have to interrupt you. I've just gotta like, I gotta assist the doctor for an emergency. Hold on one sec. Like it's been that bad where I had to legit like leave the patient as a result.
Yeah. I've had I've had plenty of those, man. Like I set somebody up. Okay, as soon as I set this person on this exercise bike, I'm bolting for the door. And then they want to talk like, so how you been? Oh yeah, I've been great. Yeah. And I'm like backing away as they're talking. They're like, oh, I just have a question. Yeah, you would. Like, it's like just exercise and everything. Meanwhile, it feels like hot lava coming down. Like, let me go. Because as you're holding stuff in, the sweat starts building up around the area, and you get that swamp ass, and that's not a good feeling. It's not a good feeling. Do you know? Besides coffee, because I know coffee gets everybody, but you know what gets me? Grapes get me.
Oh yeah, you don't like grapes?
You said grapes?
No, I love grapes. Yeah, red grapes. I love grapes.
Your body doesn't like
I have a little cup of grapes and everything. I usually eat that and stuff, right? But if I do, it's guaranteed to come out like violently,
like lava.
Like pure sulfur coming out or something. I don't know. Like I went last time I had grapes. I went to the bathroom a record 5 times in a row.
Yeah, you really need to see a doctor.
5 times in a row. and that stuff was coming out. It's like just imagine your soul. Like you remember how Shang Tsung took your soul and everything, right? Just imagine your soul being ripped out. All right, your chakra just being pulled out of you. You feel like, I don't know, you just feel empty physically.
After a while, you probably just start shitting out like straight water, like liquid.
Yeah, it pretty much was water. It's like your body's like, okay, what else can I get rid of? Damn, might as well get rid of water. So it's, I don't know, it's crazy. But Ron, getting back to this, the story that involves you. So I think this was the second go around when we're watching Infinity War. Now, you remember those nachos I treated you guys with?
Yeah, I remember.
So you remember, like, I was like, you know what? I want the I don't know if I had the double cheese, like, because I didn't want the salsa. I wanted like the nacho cheese. And I had the nacho cheese and everything. I was just going at it. That shit's good. It's great. So maybe around the time where, well, it's been out for a while, so I'm going to do spoilers. Maybe around the time when Thanos is taking Gamora to that cliff. And I just said, you know what? Gotta excuse myself. So I trotted down the stairs. This is the IMAX theater. I trotted down the stairs and everything. I head to the bathroom. Well, I know. I mean, I've seen this movie before, so I know about what part they're at. So I do the hover. And I think that's my first attempt at the hover. And man, that shit came out like, rah! Right?
Oh no.
And I know Ron was wondering, where the hell did this guy go? Like, he's like, he don't like the movie? So I'm just doing my thing. And like, damn, that nacho cheese. There's something in that. But it was like, that was interesting. And this is what I want to mention to Ron. I don't know if both you guys were with me or something. It was the New York Comic Con, and I was dressed like Arkham Knight.
Oh, I was there.
You were there?
No, I was there.
Okay. So you remember the composition of that costume and everything, got all the belt buckles and stuff. So for some unknown reason, I got the bubble guts. Go figure. So I'm like, Ron, we gotta stop for a minute. I go in the bathroom, trotting along with my little helmet and everything. People want to ask for pictures. I'm like, really, dude? Like, I got to go. So I go in, and of course, everybody's in there, and that they got the damn narrow ass stalls, and I'm just like, I don't know where to put everything. Like, I got the damn helmet, I got the tactical gloves, I got the little armor pieces, I got the belt buckles and everything. That was the worst. And I'm just thinking, like, could you imagine if I came there as Iron Man?
Oh, you'd have shouldn't have ate the day before and the day before. Like, you just can't eat in that.
Now, I know the actual suit, he said, is a filtration system for piss. But I don't know what he does for number 2.
Like, I can't imagine being in battle and be like, hold up.
Yeah.
I gotta find a tree.
See, it's easy for the Hulk because he just got pants. But imagine, like, oh my God. Yeah,
got everybody else got full suits. They got full body suits on.
He's like, I'll destroy you, Avengers. And then when I do, you going somewhere? Yeah, I really gotta go. I ate some bad enchiladas, and I just really gotta go. Can you hold that thought for a minute? Yeah, sure. I'll go blast these people. You imagine telling Thanos, hey, can you hold up for a minute? I gotta go, man.
Yeah, I can just imagine something like that.
Oh, it's like
everybody taking breaks.
Look, these superhero costumes don't account for the fact that you gotta go sometimes, man. Like, it's easy for those who wear in spandex. Well, maybe not so easy. I don't know, but if you're wearing armor, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you made it this far? Well, you might as well subscribe. Come on, you know you want to.
Anyway, that was some interesting times. But I just still have no idea why the hell I to this day I don't know why I had those bubble guts that day. But
I mean, you played it off light, really good, because I didn't even think anything of it. Like when you came back, I was just like, oh, he's back. So
I think you and Yanni were too into the movie, but I think you figured like, this is more than just number one now. I tried to be as quick as possible to make it seem like.
I was into the movie, so you was good. You was good on my end.
That's the thing. You always think everybody's thinking about what you're doing because you're so involved with yourself when you go and handle those emergencies and everything. You think, oh, what must everybody be thinking? I'm just up there dropping bombs, and they're probably thinking, where the hell is this guy? He's supposed to be here. So I think unless you're like in a really small community and a lot of people depend on your presence and stuff, then that's where it matters.
Those slushies at the movie theater definitely get you. All that sugar and stuff.
Bro, I can't even have. I love the slushies. It's always food that I love that my body can't handle. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting older, but it's like I tried to have 2 of those large cups of slushies. I couldn't do it. Like my body literally rejected it. Said no, Nate, just one. And you know how much I love those slushies.
Yeah, those are the best.
Ron, you got anything else?
For me, like the food that just messes up my stomach would be the White Castle, the murder burgers. Those are like a number one. I thought the stories was fake, but it's true. Those stories are true.
Yeah, bro. There's something.
Like I have burgers. Yeah, I wait till the end of the week. If I'm gonna have them, I'm waiting till like my off day, and then I'll have it because I know once I wake up in the morning, it's all over.
Does it get to that point where you're like, I'm not gonna have this food unless I know I'm not going anywhere for the day, and I have access to my own porcelain throne where I can do my business undisturbed? Does it get to that point? So if I want to have grapes, I can't have grapes in public. If I want to have penne alla vodka, I can't have it in public. I gotta wait until I reach a point where I know I'm going to be home for a long time, and yeah.
I mean, for me, it's like I go and like you said, if I know it's coming, like I'll have it, and then all right, I'll know tomorrow morning it's gonna go down. But other than that, I'm okay.
It's going down.
Yeah, it's going down. It's going down. So like, other than that, I'm good. But like, I'm trying to think of what other foods that would like really set me off.
Oh, Ron, you should try some of my famous buffalo chicken dip.
Oh my God.
I had some buffalo chicken dip last night. So you know what? I'm thinking about it. I'll definitely try it. If you make it, I'm trying it.
Don't do it. Run.
Nah, I'm down for the bathroom.
No, Ron, you'll end up in the ER.
Ron, this is the most bindy concoction he's ever created.
Like how buffalo?
It's not even
that spicy.
He got some cheap ass buffalo chicken. Like it's not even chicken that he prepared. It's like some, I don't know where he got it from. He got it from the little those little cans, those little Star Kiss cans or whatever. So that stuff been sitting in chemicals and stuff. And he just threw in there.
That's a definite flush.
I'm saying like
you're flushing out the bowels.
If you're gonna do it, prepare it from real chicken, okay? Don't be getting that chicken of the sea bullshit that you find in the can. All right? Don't eat that shit. That's disgusting. But yeah,
Ron, my buffalo chicken dip, it will tear up your insides, boy. Like, woo! You'll be literally, and this happened to me once. It's disgusting, but I literally was on the toilet and like throwing up in a bucket too at the same time. Like it was coming out both ends. It was terrible.
Yep.
Dang, that bad?
He made this when I visited him at his house. I had it maybe for like 2 days, and then I just said no, can't do this anymore because it was binding me up.
I kept having it like every day after that,
He
and I
kept
was like,
having it.
"Yo,
He would not
I'm gonna
give
have
it up.
to go to the hospital."
No, Ron, you do not want to partake in that.
Ron, you literally can only eat it like maybe once a year. Anything more than that, you're taking a risk. Like
Wow.
eat it like Super Bowl time, maybe like 2 days in a row. That's it.
All right, I'm down to try it. I mean, I guess it'll be like Super Bowl time that I'll try it.
Yeah,
there'll be a whole bunch of bathrooms around.
You'll be hitting the Super Bowl. I'll tell you that.
Yo,
So,
I mean,
go ahead. Go ahead.
no, go ahead.
So, my final story it involves, I guess, all of us, like our old little childhood group. I think you remember, like, do you remember when we all made the trip to the Roosevelt Mall in Long Island?
Yeah.
Ron, do you remember?
Nah, I don't remember, but
So
it might jog in now.
It was me, you, Ron. Oh, wait. It was me, you, Matt, Kyle, Sylvia, and Lauren, and we went to the Roosevelt Mall, and we took 2 cars.
Mm-hmm.
I think we were in your Jeep Cherokee, and I think Kyle was driving his little Montero or whatever. And we took the trip to Long Island. You really don't remember?
Nah.
Okay, so
Nah, I'm blacked out, man. I mean,
Yeah.
like now thinking about all these dump stories, I'm like, where did I go? Where didn't I go?
You were there, but
okay.
So we drove down. I think it was on a Sunday, and I guess we got there pretty late. I think it had to be around close to 5 or 6 or something. I don't know. But we went shopping briefly, and we decided to stop before we left. Stop at the food court, and I don't know. The Taco Bell I had must have been sitting there all day, but I got like the quesadilla meal with the extra beef taco. And it was an immediate reaction. And you guys are like saying like, okay, we're going to go. And I said, ooh, what's going on here? And I said, there's no way that's going to last until we get home. It took us an hour and a half to get here. There's no way it's going to last. So I seek out a bathroom, and it was the mall was about to close and stuff. So I had to seek out a bathroom in like Macy's or something. And I go in, and I think I did. Yeah, I put down a nest, but I let loose, man. Like, it was like the worst thing I've ever done in a bathroom. It was basically, it looked like someone shot a cannon in that room.
The spray
on the toilet, on the walls, maybe even the ceiling. I don't know. And it had one of those automatic flushers, but it must have been malfunctioning. I don't know if it was malfunctioning before. I don't know if one of my turds maybe got into the gears or the sensor or something. I don't know. But I had to go in more ways than one. I had to go to the bathroom, and I cleaned as best I could. But there was just no saving that stall. Not without the proper tools. I didn't have the tools. All I had was a piece of tissue. I did not have the tools to take care of that issue. All right, to mediate that issue. I couldn't do it. and the place was closing. I don't want to get locked into Macy's, you know. So I had to go, and I apologize to the janitor who had to walk in, start his shift, and walk into that mess. It was.
Didn't he have the common courtesy or decency to make a thorough cleaning job?
I could not do what am I going to clean with? And do I carry around Lysol or a 409 in my pocket? No, I don't know what the hell to do. I am not this professional. Hey, he is a custodial technician. Okay, he is trained to handle stuff like this. It's like
That's true. He knew what he was signing up for.
You knew the duty you were signing up for. Okay, your duty was to handle the duty. So I just left it there. And you know what? Why am I apologizing? The statute of limitations is over by now. This happened like what? 12, 13 years ago. This statute of limitations has gone through. It's run its course. All right? I am no longer apologizing for this. I left it there. Yes. I left the turd there. Float. On the walls. On the ceiling. It was the angriest looking desecration I've ever done. Like, it was almost art. If you took a picture, I would call it mankind's anger.
He went over to the dark side, ladies and gentlemen.
It looked like someone took a bucket of chili and just Oh God. Oh my God. You know what? This happened. I think it goes back to my childhood. I know that was my last story, but this goes back to my childhood, and I think it was just life's way of, because life is a cycle and it just repeats itself. But I was at camp, right, up north in the Catskills, and I was in 5th grade, and we were in a cabin type of structure, which seemed to have working plumbing, or at least I thought, and I took my little dump in the toilet. No biggie, except for the fact that the toilet's not working. So I walk out, the standard hands in my pockets whistling. Nothing to see here.
Hands in the pocket.
The next person goes in. And there's no hiding it was me, because everyone saw me come out. Hey, Garnett left the dookie in there. And you know what? In the 5th grade gossip lines, in the 5th grade gossip, they when you hear it, what's that term? Hear it from the grapevine. That was like the talk of the town. Me leaving a turd in the toilet. Oh no explanation of the toilet not working or malfunctioning. No, that's not important. The fact that you took a shit in the toilet and we had to sit there all night smelling it. Mm-hmm. So this is not the fault of the facility, of the place, of the ownership. No, they're not at fault. It's me. Mind you, there was no sign that said out of order or whatever. No, just let it sit there. They'll figure it out. Well, you figured it out all right. But yeah, so Roosevelt Mall is sort of, I guess, we call it my revenge. Well, that's what you get for not having a malfunctioning toilet. You get what you get.
I went over to the dark side. This wasn't like a story about me, but like I remember I used to work at Sears. I don't think Sears is in business anymore, but I was working as a cashier at the hardware department with like the tools and screws and hammers and stuff. And there was an older gentleman, and literally I went on break, like came back, And there was all this commotion, stuff like that. And I was like, I asked my coworker, I was like, what the heck happened? Literally, this like older gentleman, like, took a shit at the register and like made a path of shit from the register to like the bathroom.
Ooh.
And was, like, shitting out. He was like putting shit on the walls as he was going. Like,
was he on drugs?
What?
Was he on drugs or is he homeless?
Just older people, I guess, can't.
Older guy. Got you.
So, and then once he got to the bathroom, just like it took like a huge shit like right on the floor.
Oh god.
And the custodian was not happy, to say the least. Back then, I didn't take Spanish, so I didn't understand what he was saying. I'm sure it wasn't anything good. All I just remember was like it was just, yeah, he was not happy. So yeah, I think I'll probably remember that for the rest of my life.
I think we had an incident like that in Circuit City. Like, I didn't see the act itself, but man, I was just dying laughing when the person told me. But he said, like, somewhere in the music department between aisles, some guy, I guess, just decided to just shit his pants and then shake it out his leg and let it drop on the floor.
Oh.
Like nuggets or something.
Oh, what in the world? How is that possible?
I don't know, man. Like, how dry is your shit gonna be when it comes out like nuggets like that?
It's like dog turd or something like that.
Dog turd.
Like, bro,
ain't no way.
Is he eating a lot of cheese and shit or bread? I don't know.
He's like, I've been eating Matt's buffalo chicken dip.
Yeah, they come out looking like breadcrumbs and everything. I'm like, that's.
I don't never even think I've heard of anything like that before, where you could just shake it out, like what? Just let it fall out.
That's the story.
I'm just walking the store.
I just heard, like, the person told me that, yeah, he literally just shat in his pants and just shook it out his pant leg and it just came out there. I'm like, so I'm just imagining this guy with all sorts of CDs or whatever, wearing his little khakis, just going, dropping trout, just going, and just like, just gonna drop it off here. Yeah, carry that around. Someone will handle that. Let me go buy this Celine Dion.
Cackling.
Yeah, let me go buy this Celine Dion real quick.
I just can't. I don't think I've ever had one of those. I mean, I've had people like take a dump. Like they actually went on themselves. Like they got so nervous that they went on themselves. And it's like, yeah, it wasn't, I wasn't there for it, but I've heard of stories of that. Like they were like, oh, it's like, I gotta go to the bathroom. And you're like, oh, okay. That, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, like whenever, like, I don't know if it's like this for you guys, but whenever I'm about to like go on like a job interview, like for some reason before the interview, I feel like I gotta like take a shit. Like, I don't know, just get like the bubble gut. Like, I don't know if it's like nervousness or something like that, but always like before a job interview, I'm like, oh damn, like I maybe should stop at the bathroom first. Like, it's probably just like anxiety and nerves, but like every time before a job interview.
Yeah, never the shit. Like I get like maybe the swamp ass and the sweat in the armpits and stuff. That's about it.
Oh man.
And it doesn't feel good at all. But it does feel like correction, like after when I would go to the gym in the morning, right? You would like get all that sweat and everything you're feeling, however, and then you just have to go for some reason. I don't know. Maybe because if you're
after the workout, right?
Yeah. Like you got all that blood flowing and stuff. All the chemicals are bunching up and everything. Yeah.
After all them squats, after all them leg presses, squats.
Hey man, like I'd be crop dusting while I'm squatting too. I'm like, hey, don't stand downwind from me. I just hope the guy it's not like a or whatever.
Like Planet Fitness, no judgment zone.
Well, they definitely ringing that lunk alarm if they see like Yeah, they'll drop your weights and don't drop anything else.
Yo, I had a story where I was working. This is when I was first became medical assistant. So I was working full time and going to school like full time too. So my schedule was packed. Like I had a class in the morning, then I would work like 4 hours throughout the day, like throughout like midday, and then I had like a 3-hour class right after that. So I would just wear my scrubs all day because it's like, I mean, scrubs are cool. It's like wearing your pajamas pretty much. So I'd go to class, and scrubs the material is really thin. So so I went to class, went to work, and at work I got like a little like lunch break at around like noon, 12:30ish time. So I'd make some phone calls that I had to make for the day, and I'm talking on the phone. I'm walking. There's a little grassy like park area like next to where I worked, and I'm talking. And when you're talking on the phone, you're not always paying attention to your surroundings. So I would always sit down on the grass like while I was talking. And this one time I sat down on the grass and I kind of sat down on something that was kind of squishy. I was like, what the heck? And got up, looked around. So I sat in some dog shit. So that kind of ruined the rest of my day. And, like I said, those scrub pants are very thin. So, the shit kind of like went through them and got onto my boxers and, tried to clean my ass off as much as possible. But unfortunately, I couldn't go home because, like I said, I had a 3-hour class right after that. So I had to sit in that 3-hour class. I had to sit in my car right there. Yeah. So my car was smelling like shit until I cleaned it. Then I sat in the 3-hour class, hot girls and everything. They're like, oh, what's that smell? Just smell like dog shit for the rest of the day. So, yeah, I said I'll never forget that day ever. That wasn't with me personally, but it's like, yeah, I just wasn't paying attention. Just sat right in dog shit. Just,
Well, I got a question for both of you guys. At what point, let's say you're starting to date a girl and stuff. At what point, I guess, what date number do you think it's okay to start farting and shitting in front of her?
I mean, I've dated girls where I started farting. Well, obviously, the story I did on the first date. But usually the first date, I'll kind of hold the farts. But, when you hold your fart, your stomach starts to hurt and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. You might go to a Mexican restaurant or something, the spices and stuff. But I'd say by the second date, you can let loose maybe a couple silent killers, something like that. And just, play it off like it wasn't you and be like, oh my God, you smell that? Yeah. But definitely by a third date, because by like the third date, I'm thinking you're like at her house or your house. And I'm just going to let loose. Like, hey, this is what you have in store for you. This will be the future. So you might as well get used to it now. It's different nowadays, if you're going out and you're farting, because, we wear the mask now, so you may not smell it as bad. So, but I say about definitely third date. Yeah.
Well, females have an acute sense of smell, so
that is true.
But
I usually try to play it off like, oh man, like did someone else fart or something like that, or geez, someone must have farted. So yeah, third date.
Okay.
What about you?
I'll say like maybe the 5th, but I mean I'm not gonna.
Damn, lie. The 5th?
Well, like to literally like.
That's a lot of holding in, brother.
To literally fart? No, I'm gonna excuse I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna excuse myself. I'm like, oh, I gotta go. I gotta go to the bathroom. I'm gonna go fart it up over there or use the bathroom over there. But to like literally be comfortable enough to be like, woo, let me let that out right there. Oh, it's definitely got to be the 5th. I gotta know you're gonna be around for a while. Like just to see. I don't know. Like third date. I don't know, man. That has to be a slip up if it's the third date. It's got to slip out.
I'm not gonna lie. I was on probably the second date with this one girl, and we were having sex, and you know, I farted while we were having sex. Like, I mean, that just
Okay, but how dare you fart in front of me?
you can't, because you can't.
That's funny.
Your body's moving like you can't hold it in, so it just came out.
Oh shoot, that's crazy,
Bro. So
I never did that.
I think it would depend on the chick. Like for me, like I think at first, like until I get to know the chick, I'll be doing a lot of. I have a move where I smother. It's called smothering the fart. It's called you suffocate the fart, because the fart is nothing without the oxygen. It's nothing. So you crush that fart. Like basically, you kind of sit kind of tight on the chair. This works in the car too. In case you're on a road trip, this works in the car. You kind of like.
But it's usually got a seatbelt somewhere.
No. Like you still have the seatbelt on, but you basically, you know, you close your leg and careful not to crush the goods. But you close the legs and everything, and you kind of just funnel all the force of the fart in one spot. So one centralized area, one localized area. I'm glad you're writing this down, man. You write localized area. All right, because you don't want it to spread out like some sort of atom bomb, you know, because then everybody's smelling that shit. Because if you let even a little molecule out, that molecule of oxygen, it uses that, and this is a science. It uses that to expand into the car. It uses that little molecule of oxygen to expand into the car, and then everybody's like, "Oh, what? Who did that?" You know. And that's only if you're in an enclosed space. But if you're Netflixing and chilling on the couch and everything, then you have a little more leeway because you have the wide couch and stuff. And you want to make sure you don't fart on her. You fart on the couch at night. And that's only it before you got to know this person. Now, if you develop a rapport, I'd say about second date, you can start letting them loose. Maybe not in her direction. Maybe away from her direction, you know. Sometimes I like to do this. Check the wind factor. Here it comes. I had to get that out. And see her reaction. If she's with it, if she's like, ew, but I still find you sexy, then it's okay. Now you can fart in her direction. That's love, man.
That's love. That's a lot of love right there.
But the thing is, sometimes, you know, there's some girls that, you know, kind of hold in their farts and everything. And that means the canals, all right, they're not regularly flushed. So when she finally lets it loose, oh my God, heaven help you. All right. You gotta get the girl, because first of all, and I know, Ron, you're saying fifth date and everything like that, but if you're showing that you're too nervous to fart in front of your girl, you damn well believe she's gonna be nervous to fart in front of you. So while she's holding in those those gases in, there's a lot more is going on in the woman's body, and she doesn't, you know, go off to powder her nose. She's holding a lot of stuff in, right? Those canals aren't being regularly flushed. You, in the meantime, you've employed my smothering tactic, and you're farting into the couch, so your canals are fine. You know, they're going through. They're being cleared. She, in the meanwhile, is ignorant to that method. She's probably laying like this, you know, the legs like this and everything, Woody out and everything like that, Woody all out and everything. She can't smother anything. She's got to hold it until you go off to pee or something like that, and then she'll like find a bucket to fart in or something. I don't know, and then go back to her seat real quick. But those canals aren't regularly flushed. So when she finally lets loose, you better be ready, all right? Don't wait till the fifth date. Wait till the second at least.
No, like women like let out like maybe like 2 a.m, like when you're dead asleep and you're snoring your life away and you feel this movement away. That's when they're doing their thing. Uh-huh. That's when they letting it go, or when they're like, I gotta go home. I gotta get out of here.
Now
they're like, oh,
the truth. Like, if you Dutch oven her, oh lordy.
If you what?
Dutch oven her.
Dutch oven? What's a dust oven?
Dutch oven. You don't know what Dutch oven is?
Nah.
You're laying in the bed, you let out a fart, and you yank the covers over both of you.
That's
Dutch oven, baby.
Treatment. That is so wrong.
We're in this together, baby. We're in this together.
You fart in the car and you lock the windows so she can't fart in the window.
You'd be like, oh, in the window, like,
oh God. No, I never did those. Before. I was like, those are good ideas though. That's a true test. True test right there.
Let's see if she's willing. She's there to stay. If she can go through the fart, then she might be a keeper.
Because look, I've had fart wars with girls before, and then sometimes they're with it. Like they're very vengeful, very vengeful. Like they're like, okay, I'm gonna get you next time. Like I did that. I think I did that to one girl at work one time. I was just like passed by and just party. She's like, oh my God. So she's like, so while I was eating lunch, this was wrong. While I was eating lunch, she literally just jumped up and farted in my ear.
What?
Like, bro, I'm like, come on. Like, jumped up and just like, I'm like, oh my God.
That's just wrong.
And that's just fart. So I'm like, huh? And I couldn't even finish my meal.
Yeah. Yeah, that's bad. That's really bad. I never had those. Never had those.
At least it wasn't in your face. That's wrong, man. Don't fart in my face.
I mean, the only thing I've done.
Not the face.
I've had one time where I was like, went on vacation, like a small vacation with this girl, and I was like, and this is our first time away, and then I was like, I gotta go. Like this is like 2 a.m, and I was hoping like, she fall asleep by now, so it'd be a perfect impression. Like, hey, I don't smell him, he don't smell me. We'll figure this out a little later. And I just could not hold it, and I was like, yo, so you're just gonna smell this. And then the bathroom wasn't even one of these that can, you have like a lot of privacy. It was just like this, like a mirror. And it was just like, dang, I'm not getting no privacy. All you're hearing is you're hearing the farts, you're hearing the drops, you're hearing everything. Everything is coming through. Like, and I even went beforehand and like turned up the volume to like the highest it can go up without being rude, and just ran in there, and it still was heard. And I just came out and just wanted to see what was going to happen, like what's going down after this.
See, I love the bathrooms that have the fan switch. Where did I get this pen from? I love the bathroom I have the fan. I love the bathroom I have the fan switch, because they make so much noise that I could like put up the biggest blast out of my butt and everything, and they wouldn't hear it.
Yep.
That's the way it was in one of the hotels. Like I think when I was doing Comic-Con with Shauna and friends, we shared a hotel room, and I think one of the bathrooms had one of those switches. You turn the light on, there's like a big fan going like, I'm like, oh yeah, no one's gonna hear you scream. I was saying to myself, no one's gonna hear you scream.
Yeah.
Rah! I do like freaking Super Saiyan on that damn thing. But there was one time, I think Shauna was doing the Starfire makeup and stuff, and I was like, oh my God, I got a shit. So I went all the way downstairs to the lobby bathroom, or one of them, and it was one of those bathrooms I think you could like lock and stuff, and I was like, oh, my own little private suite, and I just let loose, man. I went down there, I was in my pajamas, I didn't even give a crap. I was like just doing my thing, because like, hey, I'm not gonna wait for them to blow dry their hair and their wigs and put the stuff. I'm like, come on, man. Because I was like half tempted to just sit right there while they're standing there in the mirror, just like, all right. I mean, I paid for the hotel room too.
Oh yeah, I've done that before.
Oh. Yeah.
I've done them. I've done them like, oh, I'm running down to the lobby, and
I
you can
thought
have
you
the
said you
hotel.
just sat right down in the toilet and shat in front of him. Okay.
No. Like,
I was like, damn, Ron, you savage.
no, I'm like, I'm gonna go down to the lobby. I'll do my thing down there, and I'll shoot back up. You know,
Yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah, nobody can say anything.
Because this was like, food mixed with alcohol and all that stuff. That couldn't wait. It was coming out hot. It's coming in hot, coming out hot. Oh my god.
Word.
Awkward.
Very. It is what it is, though. But those are stories of life. You get used to it. Once you get older, the more older you get, the more you do it. So it's nothing.
No, yeah, this is definitely not the end. It's definitely not. We're definitely gonna have some issues growing older and everything. About we're talking like depends and all that stuff. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Maybe we'll wait till then and have a part 2. But okay, well, this has been an interesting episode, to say the least. I have to say, I got this idea from the New Day, and they always had what's called toilet talk and stuff. They had devoted an entire episode to stories of whatever, and that's where I got the idea for this, because I was like, oh my god, we got to do this, because we have similar stories, so many, and I'm pretty sure we probably think of more when we go off air, like, oh, I should have said that. But I think we kind of grossed out our audience long enough, so
hopefully most of them can relate. Hopefully they can relate to this and give their own experience.
If you got a butt or whatever, yeah, you definitely relate. Okay, This is not gender specific. This is everybody. Everybody relates.
Everybody,
young, old, whoever. You all relate.
Yep.
So, Ron, where can we find you? Tell the people where they can find you. Damn it.
If they don't know already, they can see me or catch me on Instagram, TSR.photos on Instagram. On YouTube is TSR Reviews. And of course, the Straight Up Ish podcast.
Yeah, you guys can find me on the Straight Up Bitch podcast here. Got some big things coming out. But for now, yeah, you can find me here in the Straight Up Bitch podcast.
And you notice it is mid-October. A little over mid-October. You've promised the people that you would have a social media, at least one picture up. You promised them. And yet they have nothing. They're yelling at Feedback Frobes. Where are you? Where's Feedback Frobes? Where can I find him? Oh, on the
at least you know. Once I get on, it's gonna be like big. It's gonna be epic.
All right. Well, we better see something in the coming weeks, damn it, or else we're just gonna, I don't know, do something horrible to you. Maybe fart in your ear. So, as always, you can find your boy Gnet at Garnett.Galloway on IG. That is my actor page. Not a lot going on right now, but there is a strike going on. Oh man, shouts to the what was the I think she was a director of photography on some show. It's a huge tragedy happened yesterday with Alec Baldwin. He shot this inadvertently shot this crew member with a prop gun that was loaded with live firearms or whatever. But man, it's dangerous out there. Like that's what they were. This is one of the things they were striking against, like safer conditions and the long hours to pay and all that stuff. So you just gotta be careful, and you gotta remember you're not promised tomorrow. You just gotta be really mindful how you live your life and everything. So, but it was a huge tragedy, and it really hits home because I'm in the industry. But you catch my cosplay page, Genetics Cosplay, GNETIXKOSUPURE. Almost had it there. My gaming page, Twitch, YouTube, Gimme Games, G1MMEGAMEZ. Catch the Straight Up Ish podcast. We're on IG. We're on YouTube. We're on every platform you listen to podcasts: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Radio Cast. I don't know. You can check Anchor for all the places where we're available, but we're pretty much on every platform out there. All right, but thanks for listening. Thanks for being a fan. Please spread the word to your peoples. If you enjoyed this episode, if you enjoy other episodes, if you're not completely grossed out by this one, we had a lot of fun doing this one. Just give us 5 stars, subscribe, tell your friends to subscribe, tell your mama, your uncle, your daddy, your sister, your brother, your dog, your next door neighbor's dog. Tell everybody, your boss, the manager you love, the manager you hate. Tell everybody. Tell your congressman, your senator. Tell the president. Tell everybody. Tell everybody. Pray to Jesus. Subscribe, all right? Tell Jesus to subscribe to us. Please. He's probably already subscribed to us already, So Jesus wants you to subscribe. Okay. All right. So we'll see you next time. Thanks for listening. Peace.
This has been the Straight Up Ish podcast. We're on Google, Apple, and Spotify, and everywhere you listen to your podcasts. New episodes every week, so don't forget to subscribe.